Hi, my name is Michael Stogstill, and I'm going to be your instructor for Chem 111 this term. This is going to be an online asynchronous class, which means that we're not going to have any kind of set meeting times or anything like that. Instead, I'm going to be posting videos and readings for you guys to go through, and then you'll be completing your assignments online as well. And for some of you guys, this is exactly what you want. But for some of you, you might feel like a little anxiety, like you don't have that classroom experience. But I do want you guys to know that I will always be available to you. Please feel free to email me early and often. I will ask that you do that by emailing me directly at michael.stogstill@mcc.edu from your Mott Gmail account, so that way I know who you are and stuff. When emails go through Canvas, they really don't handle like the kind of pictures and stuff that I'm going to want to send back to you guys with math problems and all that sort of thing. So it's a little bit better and more effective to communicate that way. If you do have a problem that is a little bit more involved, that requires more explanation, we'll just set up a Zoom meet and we can work through any kind of problems you might have doing that. I want to give you guys a little tour of our virtual classroom. So here I'm starting with a clean desktop, and I have a couple of different browsers up here. Canvas that we're going to be using recommends that we either use Firefox or Chrome. I like Firefox, so let's start there. First thing we'll do is navigate to Mott's website, mcc.edu, and then you're going to find the MCC for Me button at the top here. If I click that, I'm going to be prompted to log in, and I can do that by clicking on this link right here. You're going to want to enter in here the first part of your Mott email without the .edu or .mcc.edu domain. Then you'll need to enter your password. And then you're going to be prompted to do your Duo certification here. So you can either send a push notification to your phone, or you can enter a passcode. I do the push notification, so let me click that. I verify that on my phone, and now I'm greeted with this page. And the most important thing for us right now is this button right here that says Canvas. We'll click there. And you'll be greeted with your Canvas dashboard here. Our class is going to be this one right here, Chem 111. I haven't quite published it yet, but I will soon. And if we click on there, so next you'll be greeted with our home page, and there's a couple of features I want to point out to you. Any announcements I make are going to appear up here, and you're also going to be able to view those by clicking on View Course Stream over here. All of my messages will come through over here, and I'll also be making those available so that if you sign up to get emails through Canvas, you'll be getting those as well through your email. The next thing that you can take a look at is viewing the course calendar, and you can see that you're going to see all of the different assignments and when they're going to be due. And if you click on them, you're going to find links that you can follow back to those pages. And the final thing that we can do is view our course notifications here. And you'll see if you are in fact getting notifications sent to your email and whatnot here. On the right hand side, we have a little to-do list that's going to get updated where you can see the dates and point values for all of your assignments. If we come over here to this part of the navigation tab bar panel here, we can take a look at our syllabus. You will find a link here for office hours. I don't have a set time for our office hours, but I am available through appointment. You just let me know if you'd like to meet, and we'll be able to do a Zoom meet with this Zoom link here. You'll see a list of important dates here. Our required materials are going to be just a calculator of some sort. And really, I don't mind if you just use your computer for that as well. We'll have our course description, the prerequisites, our learning outcomes, course content, and then we get into the textbook. So for the text, we're just going to be drawing from some online sources, and you're going to actually have links for those in each one of the units, so it's not going to be hard to track down what your reading is for any unit. Next, we're going to get into contacting the instructor. So I would be available via email, or you can text message me if you're more comfortable with that. I have a telephone number posted on my page in Canvas that you can check out. I say that within 48 hours, but I'm usually a lot more responsive than that. So I am pretty quick to get back on the email messages. Please feel free to email me anytime with any of your questions. We're going to base our attendance around you completing the activities in each one of the units. So please do be doing that and following along and letting me know if there's any kind of problems completing any unit for your attendance purposes. So in each one of our Canvas unit modules, you're going to find links to your homework assignments, and these are going to be done through Newton Alta. So one of the most important things that we're going to do this first week is get you guys signed up for Newton Alta. You should have seen that in the bookstore. It was listed as one of the required materials for this course. If you bought it from them, good going, and you can get yourself signed up. I'll show you. I have a page on doing that. If you haven't yet, then you can actually purchase it directly from Newton at a little bit of a discount, and you'll see that too. Newton works a little bit differently than some things that you may have used in the past. It's not just asking you questions and then grading whether or not you got it right or wrong. When you get a question on a topic wrong, what it's going to do is it's going to give you some supplemental reading materials and instruction, and then it's going to continue to ask you questions on that topic until you've reached mastery in the topic. So therefore, it behooves you to do well on the questions initially and do the reading instead of just kind of guessing at it. I have them set up to be completed one each week, but if you do miss one, you can still do it. You can complete it all the way up to the end of the semester, but you are going to get a 20% deduction for that. You're only going to be able to get 80% credit at most for that assignment, so try and keep up. The exams are also going to be done through Newton, and instead of having a week to complete, and you're going to have a week to complete each one. These are, however, firm deadlines, so you're going to have to get these done on time. There's going to be 3 exams and then a final exam to complete. Our laboratory activities are going to be done through LabFlow. And this is another thing, the university has paid for it for you, but you guys are going to have to go sign up for it in this first week. And again, I have a page on with some explanations about signing up for LabFlow. Great. So the 3 exams are going to be 25% of your grade. The homework in Newton is going to be 35%. Your laboratory quizzes are going to be 5% of your grade, and the laboratory reports are going to be 20%. And then finally, we'll have the final exam, and that's going to be cumulative, and it's going to be 15% of your grade. It is the policy at MCC that students who earn less than 60% in the laboratory portion of the course will receive an overall grade of 0 or failure. So that's a 0 for the whole class. So, do keep in mind that even if it is only 25% here, you do need to be doing pretty well in the laboratory in order to pass. Here is the GPA scale that we're going to be following. You'll see that an A is between 94 and 100%. Mott Community College is offering some tutoring services, and you can learn more about what tutoring services are available as they open back up from the COVID shutdown here as that's developing. Plagiarism. Obviously, plagiarism is bad, and in this case, it would be basically working together and colluding on the assignments when you're not supposed to be. I'm pretty good at picking up on that, so I really would prefer if we didn't have to really do this. So don't cheat. And then the rest of this is pretty standard boilerplate stuff that you're going to see in anybody's syllabus at MCC. You can read through here. There's a lot of support services that they offer. And then finally, at the end of the syllabus, we're going to have our course summary, where we have, again, all of the assignments and their due dates in a nice list for us that we can click on and be linked to any one of those assignments. I do have the discussions here, and our discussions aren't going to be graded or anything. There's just 2 of them here. There's one where this first week it would be nice if we introduced ourselves, said a little something about ourselves. I'll be responding to people as they make posts here. And the second one is just like a little FAQ. And this is really a place for you guys to respond to one another and talk through things. Just a little online spot for you guys to talk about stuff. I'll be popping in from time to time to answer any loose questions that are out there. And then finally, you're going to have your grades, where you can view your grades in the class. You can see I'm not doing so well right now for each individual assignment. If we come back to our module, first one here is our getting started. You can take a look here and learn a little something about me. You can read this letter that I wrote, please, about being successful in this course. Here is an assignment that is to update your Canvas profile, so we can all know a little something about ourselves. That's nice, but it is not graded. Here we have a little bit of the same text about the books that we're going to be using, and these links here to the projects, the LibreText chemistry library. I have done my best to curate the reading that is absolutely necessary for each unit, but please feel free to brush up on any additional things that you might not be quite up with yet. There's a lot of good material there. Here we have some little bit of introduction about what Newton Alta is, and then some support links here. The important one would be this one right here, the cost of Newton Alta. If we click here, You can take a look at what the costs are for it, for different options. And then finally, when you're ready to make your account, you can just come down here and click, and this will take you to, well, it took me to my page, but it will take you to a place where you can start signing up for Newton Alta. Here we have the lab flow, and you can see here that we have a link to the LabFlow login page. Here we have a link to LabFlow's support page in case you have any problems with it. You can put a ticket for it and they'll assist you with it. And then finally the sign up instructions, which are a PDF with step-by-step instructions for signing up for LabFlow. It's important that you guys get that done as soon as possible, signing up for Newton and LabFlow. If I could see everybody in the course has done that by the end of the week, it would make me very, very happy. Finally, we have some support stuff here. You can learn about getting started with Canvas. You can take a look at some of the quick links for support that they have. These are student support services that are offered by Mott Community College. These are various online learning resources just to get you a little bit more familiar with learning online. And then finally, the tech and computer resources that Mott offers. After that, we get into the bulk of the material, and you can see that we're broken up into units here. Each one has a beginning and end date that is roughly a week, beginning on Tuesday and ending on a Monday. And if we drop that down, your first thing you're going to do is you're going to find my Start Here page. I'm not going to have every unit with a Start Here page done by the time this course begins, but I am going to try and get one done each and every week for every unit as we're going along. But that said, if you feel confident without this to move on to the next unit, it is open and you are free to do so. Here I'm going to give you some links to important things that you need to do, a little bit of instruction. I might write out some text, and then I'm going to include videos often, and all of those are on my YouTube page. And you can find this link here to all the videos that we're going to have during the class. So this should help you guys get started with the material each week. After that, we're going to find a list of reading assignments. If you click on them, you find this little embedded thing right here that gives you all of the reading that you're going to do for that week. You can even click up here and you'll find yourself on the actual LibreText website in full screen where you can read through all the material. Next, we'll get into our assignments. Here we can see we have the discussion, introduce yourself. If I click here, I can see that I will be greeted by this Newton embedded image here. And I can't click on it right now because this isn't actually opened right now. But you would start your assignments by clicking on one of these objectives and then going through them all until I've completed all three, for instance, that are assigned for this week. Similarly, we're going to find one for our laboratory stuff, and I'm going to have actually material here that's going to help you with it each week. So you could just go log into LabFlow, but you should really be stopping by here each week to take a look at what I've posted here. I'm going to post videos and stuff that you'll find very helpful for each lab. And then finally, we're going to have some supplemental videos and materials. A lot of these are the Jove ones. where you can get a little video that was done by them, and then you can read through with the transcript down here. For those of you that prefer videos to a lot of reading, this can be helpful. And then you're going to see that pattern roughly repeated through all of the units. I may have some additional supplemental materials in here, like periodic tables and stuff to help you. And then you're going to find the exams. And if we click on the exam, you can see that it's locked right now, but it would have a link that would be very similar to the one that we saw for the Newton assignments. So once you guys have signed up for LabFlow, I would just like to show you guys a little something about it. So I can log in here by entering in the email address at the university. I do want you guys to register with your MCC email. That's a big help to me when signing up for LabFlow. And then you'd enter in the password you gave them. I have multiple courses, so you see there's a little list there, but it may just drop you right down into our LabFlow course shell here. And the big thing that a lot of people can miss, because sometimes it's hidden depending on your browser, is this horizontal scroll bar right here. And so each activity is in one of these sets of panes here, but you need to make sure that you scroll across to make sure that you hit every single one. And you can just go left to right. You can see here's a series of videos explaining what to do for the lab. These are all in addition to the videos and materials that I gave you in the Canvas page. And then finally, there are quizzes and laboratory reports. So for the first 2 weeks, we're just going to have a quiz. The first one on safety. The second one is like a little review of some math that's going to be important for us in the quiz. And then you're going to get into actual laboratories, where we start off with a PDF explaining what to do in the lab, some videos showing you proper technique, and then finally there's a quiz and a report that we're going to do. And the reports can be pretty involved, so it's best not to leave those off too long, and give it a little bit of time to go and do the reports. You should have 2 attempts at a quiz, but you're only going to get 1 attempt at each report.